It's Thursday night and I don't have to work in the morning, so I'm down here in my eBay studio getting ready to pack today's orders. I think it's already after 11, so pretty late. There are 7 orders that are going to get packed tonight, but before I do that, I'm going to show you a few things that I picked up today. Again, I mean, it's the same old story here. I tell myself don't go outsourcing, but this is my like lunch break thrift store that I go to. I usually go every other Thursday, but lately I've been going every Thursday and finding some pretty decent stuff there. It's just a small thrift store, so I usually can get in and out of there in like 15 or 20 minutes. But I did go there this morning, and I'm going to show you some things that are going to be hitting my eBay shop pretty soon. I already got the drafts written up for all of these things. I just have to take the pictures and get them ready to go. So yeah, they'll be in my shop soon. Let's take a look and see what I got. Okay, so let's start right here. This is like a hole punch to make like a notebook. It's for this customizable notebook system. It's made by Staples. It says Staples Arc, which I guess is Staples brand. I never really heard of that, but I got this for $5 there today. It looks like maybe it was used once, but I'm not exactly sure. It seems pretty clean, and there's no evidence that there's no papers or anything left in it, like the little hole punches. So I think this one probably is brand new. I mean, it could have been used one or two times. Anyway, in brand new condition, it sells for like between like 50 and 75 or something like that. I think I'm gonna just try to sell it for 50. I got these 2 vintage salt and pepper shakers. I'm forgetting the brand name. I think it's like McKee, MCKEE. So this is milk glass, some kind of sailor theme on it, and these lids are supposed to be Bakelite. This company made quite a few of these with different prints on them. This one isn't like necessarily the most sought after, but it's fine. I paid $3 for the 2 of these, and they sell for like $25. There's another version that's exactly the same, but it has metal lids, and that one I can't tell. Like some instances it sells for less than $25, but others was selling for like $35 and $36. So who knows? This is a Pampered Chef spatula rubber scraper for mixing bowl use. I'm always looking at anything that says Pampered Chef on it. Usually it's like cookie presses and those stoneware cooking vessels. So I saw this name, Pampered Chef. I decided to look it up. It was only $1, so it wasn't too much of a risk, but it seems like this originally was sold in a set of like 3 or 4. And if you have all 3 of them, they're selling pretty good, like $50 to $60. I just have the one, so I'm gonna just try to get 15 for it, which I think is probably doable. If not, I could go lower on that. I only paid $1 for it. Okay, apparently these Starbucks mugs, the Been There series, are still they're still doing okay. I think a year or two, maybe year 5, maybe 5 years ago, these things were selling for quite a lot more than they are now, but I paid $2 each for these. There's 5 of them, and they're selling between like $25 and $30 a piece. I think some of these I'm gonna sell. You just look up the state or the city that's on here. Most of these are states. This one is Canadian, Ontario, and then this one's a city. So I'm not sure how they decide to do some states and some cities. So Philadelphia. So I don't remember which is which, but some of these are worth like $28. I'll be selling them for like $26.99, and others a little bit less, like $21 or even $19.99. So not bad though. I mean, for $2 a piece, I was pretty surprised to see that price tag on these, only $2. Because I thought people kind of, even your general audience knows that people collect these. Most of them are 2021 and some of them are 2018. So we'll see. And then the last thing I got was this t-shirt, it's a wrestling t-shirt. It says Street Fighter X AEW Wrestling. This is All Elite Wrestling, which I guess is pretty popular right now. I know wrestling stuff, especially vintage stuff, does pretty well. I think this is pretty modern. It is kind of a newly popular, compared to WWE or any of these other I guess WWE is probably the only one. Anyway, after the way I accounted for cost of goods on this was basically whatever was left on the receipt after I added up all these other items. So this was, I'm going to say it was like $3.66. It might have been $5, it might have been $2, I don't really even know, but I'm calling it $3.66. There's no sales history on this, but there are two exactly like this listed right now, and they're in like the $45 and $50 range for those two. I don't need to get that kind of price for it, but I'd be happy to get 35. Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to get 30. I'd be happy to get 25, but right now I'm going to start at 35 and see how it goes. So there's still I still have two shopping bags over here from my shopping trip I went on with my younger brother. What day was that? Last Saturday. I haven't gotten into those yet, but this trip today, these things are all ready to go. Just take pictures and then they're going to be listed. So I'm trying my best, if I am bringing stuff home, to get it listed quickly and not add to this death pile. But this weekend I will be breaking into that closet and pulling out some more stuff and getting it ready to list again, because there's maybe like 18 to 25 things here that are ready to list. So these won't take much time to take pictures of and get them out. Yeah, okay. So that's enough show and tell. Right now I'm going to grab the 7 orders that came in today and get them packed. And then at the end of this video tonight, I will go through the exact amount of money that each of these items earned. It's the last day of July, so maybe we'll look at what was the best sales of the month, or maybe we'll save that for tomorrow after we know tonight's sales are totally done. Okay, I'm gonna get those orders and get them packed right now. Okay, we're back. We're just about ready to pack, but first I'm gonna add yesterday's sales to this tally board here. That was Wednesday, so there were 5 sales yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so far 7 tonight. I think I have them all here and all ready to go. I even grabbed a few boxes that seemed like they were going to be the right size. So let's get these orders packed and get to bed. There is a garage sale around the corner from me tomorrow morning. I think it starts at 9, so I'm going to try to get up and go see what they've got. Right now my phone is telling me I can't log in for another 9 minutes because, well, it was in my pocket. Okay, my phone is giving me a little trouble, so I'm going to try to use this web page here where I would normally buy labels from to get all of my information together. So I'm going to try to avoid pointing the camera at the screen because it has a lot of sensitive information, but I guess you just had a chance to see whatever you wanted to see. Okay, so right now the first thing we have, and these are very old, from some of my earliest days when I decided to get back into being an eBay seller after years off, and it's called Antique Radio Classifieds. So it's basically just, lists of, this person has this radio and wants to sell it. This person has this box of transistors and wants to sell it. But then at the beginning of each issue, it has some like editor's thoughts, and it has some articles, continuing articles. Like some of them say like this says RCA Radiola 1, model ER753A. Then the next issue might say this same title, part 2, and then part 3 and part 4. So they go pretty in depth on repairing these old radios. Anyway, I got this I got a ton of these from an estate sale in October of 2023. So coming up on 2 years. Yeah, these have been sitting in my inventory for that amount of time. And I kind of knew when I bought them that they weren't going to be quick sellers. I probably have, I guess I would say I have like almost every issue from like 1982 or something like that through maybe 2008. I can't remember for sure, but I had a bunch of these. I have sold a lot of them. They haven't been selling for the kind of prices that I would be really happy about, but not too bad. So these, I paid $3.24 for each of these stacks, and this one sold for $16, this one sold for $17. So that's not That's not necessarily the kind of return on investment I'd be looking for today, but it's not terrible, especially at this point when I've had them for a long time and I just want to get rid of them. I probably listed about half to 3/4 of all of the ones that I purchased, and there's still a big, I don't know if I feel like they're in a paper bag, like a grocery bag, that's sitting around waiting for me to list. So I should try to get them listed and get them out of here. But this was back when I was spending a lot of time on listing. I thought that back then I thought I need to tell people exactly what every one of these issues contains. So I was going through that whole front section and then writing up these descriptions that listed every radio that was mentioned. I probably spent 2 hours making each listing. So when I go to get ready to list these again, I won't be doing that. So one guy bought both of these lots today. I think I probably had them listed for $20, and he sent offers. So 16 for one, 17 for the other. I'm not sure why he didn't just do 16 for both or 17 for both, but I considered, sending a counter offer to say, I'll take 17 for both. I'm like, what am I doing for $1? Take this sale and be happy. So I am happy. Right now I have 2 more sets of these listed. I better check these dates because I think I might have the wrong dates here. No, 1994, 1988. These are the ones that he wanted. So he also paid shipping on both of these, and I'm going to pack them together. Normally I would refund some of the money, but since these were pretty low priced offers, I'm just going to go ahead and keep the money that he sent for shipping for each of these. And if he messages me or something and says he'd like to get a refund on that shipping, then I'll probably do it then, but I'm not going to do it until he explicitly asks for it. Usually I do. If somebody buys multiple items from me, I don't even question it. I don't even wait for them to ask. I just refund some of that shipping money so they're not paying for something, exorbitant. But in this case, this guy didn't pay that much for these, and he didn't pay that much for the shipping either. So I'm keeping that money, and I don't think it's going to be a problem. We'll see. Almost every time I've sold some of these, I just sell 1 year to somebody, and it seems surprising to me that somebody would want, like in this case, 1994 and 1988, but not all these other years. So in the past, I have sent messages, antique radio, just write radio. I've sent messages in the past saying, I have more of these and I'd be willing to give you a good deal if you want to buy more, and nobody has ever responded to that, so I'm not doing that anymore. Okay, let's move this out of the way. It's going to be fairly heavy. This scale, I think there's something going on with the plug-in for it, and it's just running on battery power, because every time I come down it's turned off, which that has never happened before. It's been running, so I'm assuming that if it runs on battery power, it shuts itself off after a certain amount of time of non-use. 11 by 8 by 5. Let's see if this phone is ready to go again. I think it is. Yeah, there we go. So there's these 2. There's 7 orders today. 2 of them are going together in one box. This is going all the way to California, so it's probably going to be kind of expensive. I forgot this name already. MD. This marker is dying. Okay, MD, ready to go. All right, what's next? Okay, this one is a Pyrex. I can't remember the name of this print. I'll have to look it up on the phone. I think, is this box too small? This is called Pyrex Butterfly Gold. So it doesn't even necessarily, there's butterflies on the end. So I don't know what year this was made. This information is available. You can look up Pyrex patterns. There's like several websites that are directories of every pattern that Pyrex ever made. And some of them are more sought after than others. This one I've had for quite a while, so it must not be something that's in high demand. I've had it since October of last year. It's the end of July now, almost August. This box is probably not really big enough. Let's check on another box. I still have my big pile I haven't gotten to yet. Maybe I'll work on that tomorrow. I don't really want to put this in a giant 12 by 12 box. It only sold for $21, but I do want it to be protected, and you can see there's not much room around. If I went that way, it's still You know, there's not that much room. What if I did this way and I put 2 of these boxes together? No, I gotta find a better box. All right, I'll keep looking. I just brought these home today from work. I've got some competition there. There's another guy who does some reselling, and he's been taking all the boxes lately. If I could get it in this box and then put this box inside that box, that would be better, but this box is not big enough. Is it? Well, I guess it kind of is. Well, if I put this box inside there, how am I gonna feel about that? This is a heavy duty box. It's like a double wall box. So, okay, let's do that. I feel like I'm taking a risk here that this bowl really needs a bigger box, but I don't seem to have the right size box handy, and I don't seem to have even the kind of box that I could resize to make it fit properly. So I'm gonna do this double box deal and keep my fingers crossed. These bowls are, I wouldn't say they're bulletproof, but their whole point of them is that they're pretty tough, these old ones. I'm gonna guess this is like a 50s pattern, but I'm not really sure. Okay, that'll fit in there. How did I do it before? This way? Yeah. So let's get some more paper in here. I don't want this thing moving at all. More paper. I'm gonna try to remember to order another couple rolls of paper tonight, and I might have to do bubble wrap soon as well. Okay, putting that bubble wrap around the bowl made it a little bit too big for this box, but we're gonna just go with it. This is a strange box. Somebody got something at work in it, and I brought it home the other day, but I was thinking, this box isn't gonna be good for what I need, but I guess you never know what you need. Okay, so it's still got 2 sides that are, you know, pretty close to the edge. So I think this one is running a risk of breaking and chipping, but like I said, these bowls are kind of strong, and this box is very strong. Probably gonna end up losing a little money on the shipping on this, because this box is gonna be relatively heavy with it. That box that I put on the inside weighs twice as much as this box, the outside box. These boxes that come from eBay, I would only buy them if I had the coupon. They give you get a coupon with a store subscription, and I would never buy anything from that eBay shipping store without that coupon, because their prices are way out of whack with reality. So I think they're like twice as much. This is going all the way to Florida, so that sucks. CH. Anyway, they're pretty light. They're nice boxes, but they're relatively light. No, I wouldn't trust those boxes with something really, really heavy. Okay, next up, I got this Polaroid camera. I've always had trouble. They open up so easy, and then they're tough to get closed. I mean, that one closed easy though. This is called a Spirit 600. 600 is the film packs. That's the type of film it is, called a 600 film. This one, I have heard about this company called Retrospect that buys Polaroid cameras, maybe other stuff too, off eBay, and then they clean it up, fix anything that needs to be fixed, test it, and then they put their own branding on it and sell it to hipsters for a lot. I think they would sell a camera like this for maybe like $200. Anyway, I've heard other resellers talk about selling to Retrospect, saying it's always good because they're going to repair it. So if it gets broken in shipping, you don't have to worry about it because they're planning to fix it anyway. So I finally, for the first time, they bought a camera from me, and they sent me an offer, and it's barely even a discount. I had it for $24.99, and they sent me a $23 offer. So I'm not sure why people do that to save. Sometimes I've gotten offers that are like 75 cents off. Like, yeah, I'm gonna take that offer, but why would you risk? If you want something, why wouldn't you just buy it instead of trying to save 75 cents? So in this case, they saved $1.99, which, I mean, they're in business. They're trying to make as much money as possible off of this camera, so that $2 might be helpful to them. But I feel like it'd be easier for everybody just to buy it and be done with it. I think I have other Polaroid cameras. I wish they would buy all of them. Okay, so yeah, let's go back to the bowl. I paid $2 for that Pyrex bowl. I sold it for $21. I paid $4 for this camera. Where? At the Goodwill in just about exactly a year ago. July 19th. Just over a year ago, I bought this camera. So it's been sitting in my storage system over here for a year. That's kind of surprising. At only $24.99. It's not the coolest one, you know, it has this sort of gray color where the cool ones have the Polaroid rainbow logo on them. People like that. It has like a long stripe on it. They look cooler. Polaroid. This is 2 pounds, 9 by 9 by 9. And it's going to, oh yeah, retrospect. Retro. Good. Done. Next. Okay, here's a lot of Disney. These are like Walt Disney World brochures. What do you call them? Like souvenir photo books from Walt Disney World and Walt Disneyland. I think most of this stuff is from when Epcot first opened, so maybe early 80s or mid 80s. So there's 2 hardcover books. This is like about Walt Disney World. This one's about Epcot Center, and then these other ones are the like souvenirs from Disney trips. I got a big stack of somebody's collection of everything they kept from their vacations. So these are probably all from different trips to Disney World. So these people were traveling a lot all over the world. I made one lot that was all Hawaii stuff, one lot that was all Niagara Falls, and then some other mixed match lots. This is the first of those travel things that I sold. And this again was an offer. I had this listed for $57.99. Somebody sent me a $50 offer. It hasn't been listed that long, only since the 10th. Well, I brought it home on the 10th. It might have been listed on the 17th or something like that. So it's only been listed about probably 2 weeks or less. So I don't know. I might consider holding off on accepting an offer on some of my newer listings. But I got all these for free, so I'm happy to take $50, and we're at the end of the month right now. I'm trying to maximize profits and get my numbers for July up as high as possible. So I was happy to get $50 for these. There's somebody who traveled all around the country from like the 1940s through the 2000s. They had brochures from all of those time periods. There's a bunch from Busch Gardens. I think they called it, they had like a Africa section of Busch Gardens that was called the Dark Continent. I don't know if they still have that or not, but yeah, I had a whole bunch of brochures from then, including like the menus of the restaurants that were available at the time. This will come off. I don't know what these colored stickers are for from the post office, but these are probably from Amazon. But they usually come off real easy, so I usually peel them off if I can. These other ones this one will get covered by the real label when I'm done, and then this little barcode I'm gonna cover just with a spare label. Okay, so Disney, how much does this weigh? It's gonna be relatively heavy. 6 pounds 6, so 7 pounds. This box is 14 by 12 by what? 4? And it's going to HB in Florida. So maybe it's a Disney enthusiast who lives down there. I'm not sure. I don't know my Florida geography that well, so honestly, where is Disney even? Kissimmee? I really don't know. Okay, so that one's done. All right, next. Okay, we're getting to the end here. These are, let me take them out of this bag and show you these things. I don't know, I'm not sure what they are exactly. They're called Silly Slammers. I think these are from the 90s. There's this guy called Champ Silly Slammer. Oh, he's got a name on the back. Number 67, Bruiser. And this one is design number 21, Admin Assistant. So I have no idea what these are. I think they have something to do with professional wrestling, but they were, whoops, there was a hole in this bag. I found these, I've talked about it many times, this ransack sale, estate sale that they just opened the doors and said, take anything you want. And I did take anything I wanted, including I found these sitting on the floor. When was this now? February? That doesn't feel right. February? Seems like it was in the summertime, but I've got February written on here, so it's got to be right. February 9th, 2025. I'm not sure why I'm putting them in this bag. I usually do like to put bags around stuffed animals and clothes and stuff like that. So I got these for free from that sale. I didn't sell them for much at all, only $6.99, but $6.99, not nothing. So in a minute, when we buy labels, we'll see how much money did we actually make on these. I think it's probably going to be like $4, maybe less. We'll find out. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, they make noise. How long has that camera been pointing down? I didn't know this. They make noise when you slam them. I had no idea. Okay, close this. Slammers. This weighs 12 ounces. This is gonna be a funny package going through the post office. 9 by 7 by 4. And it's going to be Okay, the last thing I have here, I'm considering waiting until tomorrow to pack. It's these skis right here. Maybe you've seen them as I've been moving around the room. These are water skis. I got them from an auction, an online auction. There's a guy who, usually they do like surplus from park districts and fire departments and stuff like that, but there's a local guy who just puts his own stuff in there, and it's usually like stuff you wonder why he's even bothering, like two Home Depot buckets. He's trying to have them sell them for him, whatever. But I have bought a few things from him and a few good things. So I paid $13.90 for these two skis, and I sold them today for $130. So I'm not sure what my thought processes was at the time when I put free shipping on this. I have no idea what the shipping is going to cost. Let's see, where is this going? It's going to Florida, so I should have known anybody buying water skis is going to be far away from me, and I should have thought this process through and offered free shipping. But if I sold these for $130 and I only paid $14, so we're at $114, eBay fees are going to be like $15 or $20, so we're down to like $90 maybe profit. If the shipping is more than $90, I would be surprised. So I think it's probably going to be like $28 to $30 shipping on these. So I'm trying to these large oversized items that I ship through FedEx or UPS, I usually have a 3-day handling time because getting them packed can be time consuming. So I don't have to pack these tonight, and it's gonna throw off my numbers when I try to tell you how much money we made today, but I'm gonna just wait and pack those tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna wait and pack those tomorrow. So I'm gonna buy the labels for these other items, and then I'll tell you exactly how much profit came from each one and basically how much profit I made for the day. And then we'll worry about those skis tomorrow. So hold on for 1 second. Okay, these 6 packages all have labels. They're all ready to go. I've already requested a porch pickup, so I'll put them out tomorrow for my mail carrier, and she'll take them. I've been putting out a cooler with some iced tea, cans of iced tea in there for her. And the last 2 days I've seen her on the security camera open the cooler and not take anything. So I guess she doesn't like iced tea. So if you have any suggestions of what else I can put in there, I have some bottles of water. I'm going to try that tomorrow. But I don't know what else. So let me know what you think a mail carrier would like to choose from. Okay, let's go through these. All right, one of those antique radio classified lots earned $15.29. The other one $14.41. That Pyrex bowl earned $14.29. The vintage Polaroid only $17.06. That lot of Disney World and Disneyland paraphernalia $43.30. Those little silly slammers, I guess my shipping charge was high enough that I did okay on those. I sold those two guys for $6.75. And then I'm making the assumption right now that the shipping on these skis is not going to be more than $39. So I put $39 in as the shipping cost. We'll find out tomorrow if it was more or less. So those skis right now, assuming this is close, earned just over $60. So that gives us a total profit for the day of $171.83. So that's basically the number I'm shooting for every day. In order to reach my goal of $50,000 for the year, I need to be earning $170-ish every day on average. So yeah, finally the very last day of the month, we get our goal number pretty much exact. So I guess it's ironic. But unfortunately for the average for each day this month, July, did not reach that goal. We're at 110.54 average for each day. So basically now the rest of the year, August through the end of the year, that 170 isn't even going to be enough. We're going to have to, I'm not going to do the math to figure out where we need to be to get to 50 grand, because it's just going to hurt my feelings. I'm sure we're not going to make that goal this year, unless we have a really, really good fourth quarter, which is possible, but I'm not counting on it. I'm still counting on this prediction that I put up here a few weeks ago. I put this prediction that this is how much money we're going to make for 2025, $45,360, which would be a pretty successful year for me, but I have my heart set on that 50 grand. So just got to get $4,700 more than I think we're going to get. We just need like one extra month this year. If anybody can do something about that, let me know. Okay, that's it for tonight. I'm going to be back tomorrow night. Let's see, what will I be doing? A packing video tomorrow for sure, and then the day after that probably something different, and then back to packing videos. So subscribe if you want to see if I'm going to reach that goal of $50,000. I'm going to be working on this every day for the rest of the year. So come on along and join me. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.